Hi, my name is Daniel. Today I've posed the question, will World War III happen? And before I answer it, I just want to have a brief moment of silence for the 2,600 or so people that have lost their lives in the Iran war to date. Today is March 24th here in Vietnam. I'm an American citizen, and I just want to have a quick moment of silence with you. Yeah, so war is endless if you let it be, because it stems from a sickness within. So when you ask the question, are we in World War III? The answer is obviously yes. Look at what's going on around you. And also look at why things are happening in the external world. It's because of an imbalance in people's internal worlds. Because the Israelis hate the Palestinians, their mind is very unbalanced. And when you have an unbalanced mind, it can do irrational things like kill another human being that doesn't deserve to be killed. Because you believe that you're separate, believe that you're different. And that's a cancer. And it's not true. You know it's not true when you go out into nature. When you go out into a beautiful forest like this, and you feel the wind, and you hear the birds, and you know that you're a part of it. You're a living, breathing thing. And you deserve life. Everybody does. Doesn't matter their skin, their origin. And war, hasn't it been going on forever? Since the beginning of time? Here in Vietnam, the war was gruesome. America versus Vietnam was one of the only wars that America lost, they say. But it was the first war that was televised. And the scenes from that war were absolutely horrific. And you would think that we would learn from that, wouldn't you? That is not the reality that we want as a species, as a collective species, as the humans. And since then, we haven't learned. We've been a part of war after war. And the US, you might say, is the biggest bully on the block. Starting and aggravating, just like Russia. No better than Russia. So many similarities between Russia and the US. So yeah, welcome to World War III. I hate to be the one to break it to you. In a way, you could say World War III actually started a long time ago. Right after World War II. Because World War III has been a long, cold war fought inside the mind. It's because we're at war with ourselves. We hate ourselves. We hate others. And this hate builds in us, in our minds, and after it creates a very viscous state of intense, critical ill will. And this state spews out like a toxic sludge onto others. Because in this life, we have the option to make war and make peace in every moment, don't we? Do you know why Putin wants to take Ukraine and make war against Ukraine and blow it up and kill Ukrainian people? It's because he's at war with himself. And he is caught in a trap, a very diabolical trap that we sell ourselves as part of a belief system that we, as sovereign beings, own something. The concept of ownership. Yes, the concept of ownership creates the idea of a very country in the first place, doesn't it? Did you know that there was a time where we didn't have countries and it wasn't that long ago? Yes, war predates that. But it was this idea of being a really separate entity, a country all to our own, that John Lennon condemned in his song Imagine. What if we didn't have this idea of us being separate? What if we didn't have this conviction to hurt someone just because they want to hurt us? When you try to fight fire with fire, does that ever work? No. If you accidentally start a bonfire at your house and it gets out of control, do you try to make it bigger? No, that will hurt the situation. And that is exactly what our leaders are doing right now. And it is so dangerous. It can kill innocent people like it already has. All the civilians that have died in the Iran war. 1,000 dead in Lebanon, 1,500 dead in Iran. Absolutely inexcusable. Those people didn't deserve to die. They were casualties of a sickness that is curable, I'd like to add. Me within myself, being from America, I've had to examine the war that goes on within myself. How I hate parts of myself and love parts of myself. And how does that feel within me? And how does it feel to let go of what I thought that I knew and to rediscover what it means to be a peaceful citizen of Earth? Because it's amazing. When you sit down and meditate and create peace in yourself, there's nothing better on this world. The way Gandhi stood up for compassion by not fighting back, that's who we should be celebrating as the true heroes. The people that have so much love in their hearts that they can't fight. They can't participate in a war. And I encourage you to be like that, because that is the only way we are going to evolve past conflict and being in a war. You're going to have to find peace for yourself. And you're going to have to figure out what it takes to make that happen. Me, for myself, I had to sit in silence. I sat in silence for 30 days. I did 10 different meditation retreats over my life, and 3 of them were 10-day Vipassana retreats, and they changed my life. Because when you have the awareness to stop reacting, you stop living in that constant state of just volatile reaction, you know? You have a chance to respond. And when someone comes at you with anger or with war or with hatred, you have the opportunity to come back at them with love. That is the only way we're going to make it out of this. It's the only way that our species is going to survive. Because when you look around, misery is everywhere. The poor, they're miserable that they're poor. The rich, they're miserable that they're rich. Have you noticed that happiness doesn't have anything to do with money? And it has everything to do with how you can make peace. And even this war-torn world, I still can make peace with it. Ah, yes. That even that world leaders fight like children, I myself can find a more mature stance and come back to this world with a full heart. Because there is so many beautiful children that deserve to live in this world, so many beautiful people that care about each other, that deserve to live. I believe that everybody has the right to live and to care. So I care about them. My heart is infinite and open and expansive because love is a renewable resource. And the more you have to give. And that's what we should strive for. Not to ignore what's happening in the world, but to see what's happening in the world, observe it objectively, not identify ourselves with what's happening in this world. Yeah, a war is going on, but I am not participating, and neither do you. You don't have to. And by taking this stance, we can make a change. We can make a change whenever we want to, because we as humans create our own destiny. And if you are going to engage in mainstream media and the doom and gloom and believe that we are all destined to suffer and be miserable and die, then that is exactly the reality that you'll create. But if you believe that we are meant to live a life of peace, joy, happiness, caring, abundance, hey, welcome to the party, subscribe. I'm here, I'm out here, just vibing in the forest, okay? There's plenty of us out here. We all think this way. We just don't get the attention we deserve, that's all. This kind of mindset, it doesn't get a lot of attention in the mainstream media, does it? Because it's not what the power structure wants. They want to sell you on division. That you're different than me. I know that's not true. It's almost as if I can see through this screen right now and I can see right into your eyes. And I know you're just like me. I know that you deserve love. That there is also a war inside you and also a chance for peace inside you. I see that duality with clarity. Because I know that that's the reality within me and that's the reality within every person. It's just your choice, that's all. And when you've burned yourself out on war enough and hating, and you'll get tired enough. I hope that and pray for you that you get and the world gets tired enough of itself and hating itself and it runs out of energy. Because that's when you start to see that there's another way. There's a happier way. There's a better way to live life. World War III is completely optional. World War III is not guaranteed. And in my opinion, World War III is losing its steam. Yeah, I said it. It's a hot take, because at a time like this, you would think that, oh, things will just escalate, and then we'll all be shooting nuclear missiles at each other, and we'll all just blow up the whole world. But I have another idea of what I think is possible. Because our level of skill in developing these high-level weapons, like nuclear bombs, has never been higher, right? We have more drones and things like this, technology to kill each other than ever before. But when you raise the stakes like that, it makes people consider a little bit deeper. Because if we all just blow each other up, what fun is that? Honestly though, what fun is that if we all just blow up the world? Wouldn't that be boring? Isn't World War III absolutely a drag? Wouldn't you rather see what happens with the world without World War III? It's going to be much more interesting, isn't it? Because we know what World War III, the end point is. Destruction, misery, separation, division. Yeah. It would be ugly. So I hope that this video actually makes a difference. That enough people watch this video and they stand up for what they know is right. And they find peace within themselves, because you would be surprised at how much finding your own inner peace can affect the world. I think you might be surprised. So let's go for it. What do you have to lose? I want to live a happy life. And I'm going to smile all through World War III, baby. How can you beat this smile? I love you. You're going to make it through this. See you soon.